Well, June is Idaho Wine Month, and in honor of it, we are continuing to highlight some of the women in wine here locally and raising a glass to them all week here on the News at 4. And I sat down with Telaya's Carrie Sullivan about how she got into the world of wine. Take a look. On a warm, sunny day, some folks spent their day like this, sipping wine while taking in the Boise Greenbelt. And the woman behind the wine they're drinking is Carrie Sullivan.
I am actually a veterinarian by education. I practiced for about 10 years.
Carrie is the owner and winemaker for Telaya.
My husband and I had always loved wine. We are both scientists, so we definitely can appreciate the science behind winemaking.
She and her husband opened Telaya when they decided they needed to make a change for their family.
There are not very many wine emergencies, and there are a lot of animal emergencies. My husband was in a job where he traveled internationally. So the last year before we started making wine, he was overseas 280 days. And I was practicing full time, and we had 2 kiddos under the age of 3.
Carrie says they started off small, making 50 cases of wine in 2008. They started selling wine in 2011.
We actually moved in with Cider down at 44th and Chinden, and Leslie from Coiled was in there as well. Starting a winery is not for the faint of heart or for the faint of wallet, and so it really helps for us to be able to bond together. We were able to share equipment and share space, and all 3 of our companies were able to kind of get our feet underneath of us and move out on our own. So all 3 of us are still around. We're still, really good friends and producing beautiful wines.
A bond strung together like a vine of grapes.
I'm very lucky to be here in Idaho, where there are so many other women winemakers, and when we get together, we love to kind of talk about, we come together, and it's great to kind of feel that camaraderie of being with other females.
And each of them infusing a local touch into each glass of wine.
As Boise has grown, there again have been more people that have come into Boise looking for that quality of life, more winemakers that have wanted to enjoy that quality of life and have started their wineries here versus in Washington or in Oregon or in California.
And coming up tomorrow in our final part of our Women in Wine series, I'll introduce you to the winemaker behind Idaho's largest and oldest winery and the interesting path she took to working in wine. We'll be right back.